Hi guys, this is Janine from Soul's Journey Tarot, and welcome to Training Tarot Time with me. I'm going to be using the original Rider-Waite's Tarot Smith deck because it is just more of the universal tarot deck out there that is available. And we like to use, I like to use the original Rider-Waite Smith deck as a means to train and to learn my intuitive skills as well before branching on onto other tarot cards as well. So, guys, today, without any wasting of time, we are going to be looking at what the Fool in the tarot deck means. Now, the Fool is the card number one. You can see over here, he is represented with the number zero. Now, the zero in tarot represents that anything can happen at absolutely any time. It hasn't got a fixed number. Now, the Fool has the potential to do anything he sets his mind to, and he lives for the moment and without fear, or in some cases, even logic. He's often referred to as the jester, as what most tarot readers will say. And the reason for that is that you can't really take him seriously because he is a bit of a clown, all right? Now, the clown doesn't take anything seriously at all, obviously, and he has no responsibility and will only ever take action spontaneously because the Fool is driven by that spontaneous moment. He's driven by spontaneity, and it's because he's looking for immediate satisfaction, immediate happiness, and not really long-term fulfillment. Now, the Fool is represented by the zodiac sign of Aquarius and is ruled by the planet of Uranus. Some tarot readers might say otherwise, but that's the Uranus is as far as I know, okay? Now, the planet Uranus is a bit of a rebellious planet and often does a complete opposite of what is expected of him. I mean, nobody is expecting the Fool to rush over to a cliff and really jump. I mean, is he going to do it? Is he not going to do it? And these qualities is so typical of our Fool. Now, he's all about individuality. He's not somebody who wants to get lost in the crowd. He was born to stand out, to be separate. And he fights for his individuality. And, he really doesn't care what other people think about him. He's very creative, and as you can see by the very unique coloring and his unique way of dressing, that he is very carefree, but he's also very careful about how he dresses and about his appearance. He sometimes can be a bit egotistical and eccentric, as he does like to look good and feel good, and this only adds to his charming and charismatic nature. I mean, if you look here, his colors, he's got some yellow and red, he's got the whole attire going here, he looks good, his hair is blowing in the wind. I mean, he's a charming person who looks great, okay? Now, the Fool is usually a fair-haired person, but doesn't have to be. And he has more than enough suitors. I mean, even the dog wants to follow him. Everybody wants to follow the Fool. Now, the Fool can go two ways, okay? When it comes to relationships, that is. Now, depending on the supporting cards of the tarot, which you have in your spread. In the first instance, he doesn't like to be in a committed relationship. And he can come into your life and leave shortly afterwards again, especially if a card like the Knight of Wands makes a supporting appearance. On the other hand, when the Fool comes out and he has a supporting card like the Two of Cups, then this could mean that a new relationship or partnership has a potential to have a great new beginning. But whether it will last is yet to be seen because of the number zero, which means that it can go any way. It's not stuck in any form of energy. And it will depend on what the Fool chooses to do with that energy. Now, will he grow it and nurture it and put it in a little bit of effort, or will he throw it to the wind once he becomes distracted by another person, object, idea, or situation? Because remember, the Fool goes after immediate satisfaction. Now, however, if the Fool decides to go after something new and stick to it, and he places his focus and his attention and passion into whatever he wants, then he will be very successful, most likely. You see, the Fool is all about new beginnings and evolution. He's about trying new things and getting rid of doubt and fear and just believing that things will work out as it must. That what must be will be, and placing all his life on belief or hope. Now, while such blind faith is admirable, the downside of it is that such naivety can get in a little bit of trouble for the Fool. The fool loves adventure and to take a leap of faith, but the fool's lesson in life is that everything needs effort, time, and commitment, and a little bit of common sense to be successful. You cannot go your whole life through by having hope and faith and belief. Absolutely, yeah, but you can't start something tangible and lay your cards down on the table and say, okay, it's going to grow, but you don't water it, you don't nurture it. That is the downfall of the fool. He just hopes and prays that something will work out without putting in the effort. But if he focuses a little bit of effort on what he wants, then he can be so successful. Now, the fool can sometimes have his head in the clouds. I mean, even if you look at, he's very high up. He's got his nose kind of pointed in upwards towards the air. And if he doesn't give it a little bit of thought first, he could leap into that unknown, uncharted situation and kind of over here just fall flat on his face when he leaps. In other words, he will have a false beginning, and the relationship or situation will never really manifest and take off or even move forward. The fool is the kind of person who will say, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going anyway. Perhaps some of you know somebody like that. He is such a happy-go-lucky person. And this will be the energy that even the dog is excited about and happy to go on a new adventure. I mean, this dog, he's just like, all right, wherever you're going, I'm going. Let's do it. Woohoo. It's kind of like Donkey and Shrek, right? They're just there. They're going on an adventure. Now, the fool wants harmony and new beginnings, meaning that they leave the baggage behind. They don't want anything to hold them back from the possibility of a happy future. Their conscience is clear and their shoulders are clear of any burdens at all. And this can be depicted by the little bag over here. He's not carrying a lot of baggage. He's just carrying like a little night bag with him, with only the lessons that he wanted to take with him. The fool can be anything or do anything he wants to, if only he thinks before he leaps and places all of his untapped potential and unbridled passion and love into a certain situation or a relationship. The fool can also represent the beginning of a creative idea and or a business or career project. And if he acts responsibly, the sun in the card over here represents that it can turn into extreme abundance and be very successful and even emotionally fulfilling. The fool is a light-hearted, happy card and reminds us that even though we must be serious and in top form at times, he also speaks of remaining youthful and more relaxed and a little bit carefree. He is eccentric, but when the fool appears, expect unpredictability and change. And sometimes that can be very exciting, and sometimes that energy is exactly what we need to drive ourselves forward. Now, when the fool appears in your client's reading, I would say that you should expect the unexpected and that things can change at any given moment. You have the opportunity now to change things in a different way or start something completely new. It's time to take a leap of faith, but yet just look a little bit before you jump. The fool is one of those cards where a new beginning, idea, vision, or thought is inevitable. But whether the beginning will be successful, well, that depends on you or the external influences of your client's read. The card is all about opportunities and potentials. And if you don't try, you will never know. So now is the time when you must go after your deepest desires and passions and do what you love and what feels good. You need to listen to the calling of your soul and don't deny it now, overlook it just because you think or feel that it's not tangible or doable or achievable. With a fool, anything is possible. This will, if you feel that you're too afraid to take a leap of faith, then this will only put doubt and fear in your mind, and it will only lead you to back off and not act and therefore not reach your full potential. So just make sure that you've put some thought into it and done a little bit of research, but go after your dreams, okay? Don't just go into anything blindly. I mean, read the fine print, do your research, and there's nothing chasing you, so take it easy and have fun while you're at it. But with the white rose that's in the fool's hand over here, don't let passion drive you to act out of haste or aggression. Be at peace and act in harmony and try to control your emotions. Remain good natured and not moody. And the small bag that is on your wooden stick would mean that you should travel light. Don't take too much baggage from the past with you into your future. It's only going to serve you poorly. Slow down and hold you back. That's what will happen if you take too much baggage from your past into your future. Please remember the past does not equal the future. When the Fool appears for you, you are starting on a clean slate. So any heavy emotions should now be released. Forgive the past and forgive yourself and the people that's involved. Because this is where your freedom lies. What happened, happened, and it doesn't mean that it will happen again, especially if you learn from it and you take it as a lesson. You never only have one chance. You get 2 or 3 chances. Life is all about taking chances, about taking risks, about having faith. And just because you had one failure, ending, or a false beginning, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't take another chance. All you have to do is perhaps just change your strategy. With every ending, there is a new beginning. But what matters most is where you steer the ship, because that is going to determine how it will all end for you. So that's it from me, guys. I hope that you enjoyed my explanation of the Fool. If I missed anything, you can always pop it in the comment box below. And don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel as well, as you're helping me grow. And thank you so very much for your time. And I hope that you have a great day. And I hope that you experience a fantastic Fool moment in your life. Bye for now.